In this video, we will show you exactly how to set up a Uniswap wallet, deposit Ethereum, swap, and use your wallet to explore the wide range of dApps across the most popular EVM chains. So, before we begin, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button, and let's dive straight into it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, to begin with, what we're going to do is we're going to head over to the Uniswap website, which of course is where the Uniswap wallet derives from. You've already probably heard of Uniswap already. It is the leading decentralized exchange on Ethereum and all of the EVM networks. What first started as a decentralized exchange, then moved over to a wallet, and now they have their very own layer 2 network, which is part of the Optimism superchain. We've covered their airdrop tutorial in another video, so if you want to check out the Unichain airdrop, you can check that out in the description down below. Nonetheless, we are here to show you how to set up a Uniswap wallet, one of the most popular wallets in Web3, and all you're going to need to do to get started is get yourselves over to Uniswap like we said. And once you're ready, as you can see in the top right corner, we have a little option in order to get ourselves logged in. And the first few options are the Get Uniswap Wallet, the Uniswap Mobile, or you've got other wallet options such as MetaMask, Subwallet, Phantom, and so on, enabling you to use any wallet on the Uniswap decentralized exchange. Now, we've come here many times before, but we are here to show you exactly how to get started with a Uniswap wallet, which is available both on mobile and your Google Chrome extension or whichever browser you are using. Now, in this video, we are here to show you how to use the extension, but in the future, we'll come back for a Uniswap Mobile tutorial. Nonetheless, if you choose the extension option, it will take you straight over to the Google Chrome store, of which you'll be able to get your Uniswap extension. Now here it will take you through everything you need to know about Uniswap Wallet. And of course, it is rated 4.6 out of 5 with 300 ratings and has got over 100,000 users on just the extension alone. Very popular. Next, all we need to do is add it to Chrome. All it's going to do is make it pop up in our extensions. Now, in an instant, you will see the options of either A, creating a wallet, B, choosing I already have a wallet, or C, scanning your QR code to import an existing wallet. Therefore, what we're going to do is, my friends, we're going to start off with a new wallet. But in the top right corner, what we first want to do is head over to the jigsaw piece puzzle, scroll down, and you will see yourself the Uniswap extension. We want to pin this because we want it up top with all of our other wallets, and therefore we'll be able to open it up any given time we like in order to use Web3 applications and so on. So you can drag it in order of relevance if you want it up top as your primary wallet. It's entirely up to you. Next, all we need to do is choose our option to create a wallet, and because we want to create a new one, we're going to create a brand new wallet. Next, you need to choose your username. You could choose your first name, like Theo. It could be a username such as Hi Crypto Guy. It could be anything from Tony Soprano to John Wick, whatever you like. So if, for example, I was to do Tony Soprano, that would be tonysoprano.uni.eth. You would continue, but of course this username is not available, so you would find another one. Let's say it was Sylvester Stallone. I know I'm not Sylvester Stallone, but of course this is just a tutorial and just a bit of fun. Therefore, you now need to choose a strong password. This password is obviously going to give you access to your wallet, and therefore you must write it down securely, and you must have only access to it. If you lose your password by any chance, you will need your seed phrase. Therefore, it's extremely important you don't forget either your seed phrase or your password, but we'll come back to the seed phrase in a second. So I'm just going to input a strong password. Once you're happy, you continue. Next, write down your recovery phrase. Like I said, guys, we said we're going to come back to this, and this is the most crucial step of setting up your Uniswap wallet or any wallet you may set up in the world of crypto. So basically, guys, this is your secret phrase that gives you access to your entire wallet. If anyone has access to the seed phrase, regardless of the password that you just set up, they can gain access and do whatever they want with your assets. So it's very, very important to write this down securely. Make sure it's not written on any technological device that includes your phone, your computer, your emails, your Word documents, nothing, guys. It must be stored offline on a piece of paper, on a still sheet, somewhere where it's only visible to you and cannot be copied and pasted and so on. It must be stored offline. I cannot stress it enough. This is for your security. Now, moving on, we're going to write down our security phrase. So therefore, these 12 words must be written down in correct order and also triple checked for spelling. It's so important, guys, and make sure that you've written it down and 100% confirm that, and then we can continue. And then obviously enter the secret words that they ask you of. So for example, if it's the third word, you must enter the third word. You can skip this step, guys, but it's not recommended. Make sure that you've triple checked it and make sure that you confirm that you've got it secured, and therefore just enter the words like they asked. Just like me, we have now completed it. You're all set. Your wallet is ready to send and receive crypto. Open Uniswap extension with the shortcut below. Fantastic. Go to the Uniswap web app. Let's do it. So it's going to take us over to the decentralized exchange. And now in the top right corner, we can confirm that we've got our Uniswap extension, of which opens up on the right hand side. And if we were anywhere, for example, over on another website and we opened up the Uniswap extension, it would just pop up here and we can swap, buy, send, receive, or do whatever we want in the world of crypto. Awesome. But as a tutorial, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to show you exactly now how to deposit assets into your Uniswap wallet in order to start exploring Web3. And the first step, guys, is you can use the option of buying crypto, which is an on-ramp. And this enables you to buy crypto into your wallet directly with either your debit card or your bank account and so on. So if you wanted to do so, on the right hand side above my camera, you can see the buy crypto option. Then once you are here, you'll be able to choose an asset of which you want to receive in your wallet. Most likely it's going to be Ethereum, but you can choose literally so many different cryptocurrencies on multiple different networks in order to buy directly into your wallet. But most likely it's going to be Ethereum, and if you were to buy $100, you would get 0.04 Ethereum. You would very simply go through the steps, and the next thing you know, you've got the $100 in your Uniswap wallet without having to touch a single centralized exchange. However, most people are going to want to use their centralized exchange to move Ethereum tokens over to their Uniswap wallet, and therefore you are now going to see my mobile pop up with my crypto.com exchange, of which I'm going to move my Ethereum tokens into my Uniswap wallet. So how do we do so? Well, first of all, we want to get our wallet address at the ready, and therefore if you go to the right hand side, you can see the receive crypto option, either this one or this one. Either or works exactly the same. So if you click receive, you'll be able to see your wallet address here, which you can copy to clipboard and move over to your centralized exchange. However, now that I open up my centralized exchange, from the get-go, you can see that I've got 0.025 ETH, and I very simply want to withdraw that into my Uniswap wallet. So in my centralized exchange, this can basically be replicated across any centralized exchange, whether you're using Binance or wherever it may be, because the features are still the same. You want to transfer and withdraw. If you choose deposit, that will move assets into your exchange, and withdrawing will move them out. So withdrawing is our option. Next, you choose external wallet, and now you just want to very simply click the plus icon to add a new wallet. So it's going to be a wallet address, and we are now going to choose the network first of which we want to send to. So up top, you'll see Ethereum, which is going to be the main Ethereum mainnet. Next, you've got Kronos, Polygon, Arbitrum One, Avalanche, C-Chain, Optimism, ZK Sync, Arbitrum Nova, Starknet, Base, and so on. So for example, guys, I know that Base is compatible on the Uniswap wallet. I also know that Optimism and Ethereum are compatible, so I could choose any one. Let's just say, for example, we wanted to use the Optimism Layer 2 network because Unichain is part of the Optimism superchain. What I'm going to do is I'm now going to either paste my wallet address, which I just showed you how to copy, or B, I can go to the little barcode and I can very simply come up here and scan it. Straight away, you can now see in my centralized exchange that we've got the wallet address. So you need to fill in the name, enter the country, the wallet type, which will be non-custodial, and then you just continue through the steps. And then boom, you will see that we've got the withdrawal request submitted, of which it is now sending over your Ethereum tokens over to your Uniswap wallet. Very simple and easy. All we need to do is just wait for it to appear. So if we get off this receive icon, as you can see, we just need to wait for it to refresh. And boom, just like that, we now have our $61 worth of Ethereum tokens on the Optimism network, as we can see on the right hand side. Guys, that is how to get your assets into the wallet. What's next? Well, you can now utilize all of the amazing features from the Uniswap wallet. So on the right hand side, if you click the swapping option, you can now directly swap through your extension. Therefore, if you want to swap your optimistic ETH, you can now choose your Ethereum tokens on Optimism and choose a token down below on the Optimism network. It could be USDC, for example. Now, if I was to swap 0.004, you could see that we're going to swap roughly $9.99, and we're going to swap into USDC. Guys, it literally takes half a second to swap, and it is fantastic directly through your extension. And now you can just close your extension and boom, you didn't even have to go onto a decentralized exchange. However, guys, we are very simply on the Uniswap decentralized exchange, and of course that's where the Uniswap wallet derives from. Now here, guys, you can actually go over here, choose your wallet, which is going to be the Uniswap extension. Of course, you're going to now choose the button to log in. Once you are here, you can just very simply use this user interface instead. So for example, where it says Ethereum, I can now come over here. I can now go over to the Optimism network, and it's going to see our tokens. I can swap my USDC into another token on the Optimism network, and it could be Ethereum tokens, it could be USDT, OP tokens, whatever you want. Guys, that is how to perform swaps, and as you can see, you would just need to do simple swapping just like so. It's going to open up your extension, and boom, that is exactly how to conduct transactions on your Uniswap wallet. You don't have to just use Uniswap. You can use pretty much any application out there. Uniswap wallet is compatible with so many different decentralized applications. Therefore, if we were to head over to another protocol in the Ethereum or Optimism ecosystem, let's just say Aave was our example. We would come over here. We would make sure that we come over. We could very simply choose the Uniswap extension. Boom, it's going to get ourselves logged in as Sylvester Stallone. And now you would just come over here, go to Optimism, choose an asset that you would like to supply if you would like to do so, and boom, you could very simply earn yourself some nice yield as well. So you can see, guys, that you can use your Uniswap wallet on pretty much any decentralized application out there. Whether or not you wanted to bridge from another network, guys, you could move your Ethereum tokens from Optimism over to another network by using protocols such as Relay. Now, for example, if I was to come over here, use my Uniswap wallet, come down, I would now be able to, I don't know, swap all my Optimism tokens. So if I want to swap all my OP back on the Optimism network, I could swap it back into Ethereum tokens. I would choose the maximum amount or however much I want to do. You would just swap it. Then once you've got all your Ethereum tokens on the Optimism network, if you wanted to and you wanted to completely move out of the Optimism network, you could bridge over to any other network. Let's just say it was Base. You could come over here, choose an Ethereum token or whichever token you want to swap into. I'm going to choose all my Ethereum tokens to swap into Ethereum tokens on Base. And then next, guys, you would just very simply swap, confirm the swap, and boom, you are now moving over all of your assets from Optimism to Base in just one transaction. Nice and easy. And then you will see in your wallet, of course, your Uniswap wallet, it will move over from Optimism over to Base once it is given it a refresh. So as you can see, straight away, we've now got our Ethereum tokens on the Base network. Guys, this is exactly how to use your Uniswap wallet. If you would like any other tutorials or any other reviews, let us know in the comment section down below and we'd be more than happy to help you. This was just a simple guide on how to set up and get started with the Uniswap wallet. And I must say, guys, that by using this Uniswap wallet on the Unichain, for example, this could also help you to qualify for an airdrop. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to be guaranteed, but they might be giving a small allocation to Uniswap wallet users who are, of course, using the Unichain network and, of course, the Uniswap decentralized exchange. Now, friends, thank you so much for tuning in. We really hope you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful. We can't wait to see you in the next one. Make sure not to miss any content, so make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. And friends, we can't wait to see you in the next video.